Why does Jupiter have 95 moons? Saturn has 146 moons. Earth has only one. Why only do some planets have multiple moons while why some have no moons at all? Well, here we will talk about these things and see why this is being said. Friends, today's video is going to be much more interesting and informative. That's why you will definitely share this video as much as possible and reach many people, so that more and more people will know about it. Apart from this, you are also requested to watch the video from beginning to end. If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe. Looking up at night from our Earth, you can see the moon shining hundreds of thousands of miles away. But if you look up from Venus, looking up at night from our Earth, you can see the moon shining hundreds of thousands of miles away. But if you go to Venus, it will not be so. This means that the Earth, which is a planet itself, is different from the other planets in many ways. This also means that every planet does not have a moon, but it is also a fact that every planet has it doesn't have to be the moon. Jupiter has 95 moons while Saturn has 146 moons. According to a report in The Conversation, not every planet has a moon. The question is why only some planets have multiple moons while some have none. First of all, the moon is called a natural satellite. Astronomers see satellites as objects in space that orbit large bodies. Since the moon is not man-made, it is a natural satellite. Interestingly, there are two main reasons why some planets have moons. Moon: if the planet's vibrating sphere occurs within the radius or forms in conjunction with the solar system, they are then pulled or grabbed by gravity. What is Hill's sphere radius? Objects exert gravitational forces on other objects in the vicinity. This makes them pull towards each other. The larger the object, the greater its force of attraction. Gravitational force is the reason why we all stay connected to the Earth instead of moving away from it. Because of this, the Earth pulls us towards it. The solar system is dominated by the huge gravitational force of the Sun, which causes all the planets to maintain your classroom. The Sun is the most massive thing in our solar system, so it has the most gravitational effect on objects like planets. For a satellite to orbit a planet, it must be close enough to the planet to exert enough force to keep it in its orbit. The Hill sphere radius is the minimum distance a planet travels to put a satellite in orbit. The Hill sphere radius is based on the mass of both a large object and a small object. The moon orbiting the Earth is a good example of how the Hill sphere radius works. The Earth revolves around the Sun, but the moon is so close to the Earth that the Earth's gravitational force catches it. The moon orbits the Earth instead of the Sun, because it is within the Earth's Hill sphere radius. Small planets like Mercury and Venus have very small vibrating sphere radius because they can't exert a lot of gravitational force. Any potential moon will probably be pulled towards the Sun. Where did the two moons of Mars, Phobos and Deimos, come from? Many scientists are still trying to know whether these planets may have had small moons in the past. During the formation of the solar system, they may have had moons that were destroyed due to collisions with other space objects. Mars has two moons named Phobos and Deimos. Scientists are still debating whether these came from asteroids that originated from Mars. Hills passed close to the sphere radius and were pulled by the planet, or whether they formed with the solar system itself. The evidence supporting the first theory is more because Mars is closer to the asteroid belt. The vibrating sphere radius of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune is large, because they are much larger than Earth, Mars, Mercury and Venus, and they are farther away from the Sun. Their gravitational forces can pull many natural satellites like the moon towards them and keep them in orbit. For example, Jupiter has 95 moons while Saturn has 146 moons. Some moons are formed from the solar system. Another theory suggests that some moons formed along their solar system. The solar system begins with a large circle of gas revolving around the Sun. As gas revolves around the Sun, it condenses into planets and moons that revolve around them. The planet and the moon then rotate in the same direction. But only a few moons in our solar system would have formed this way. Scientists speculate that the inner moons of Jupiter and Saturn formed during the origin of our solar system, because they are so old. The rest of our solar system's moons, including Jupiter and Saturn's outer moons, were likely pulled or attracted by their planets due to gravitational force. Why is Earth's moon special? Earth's moon is special because it is probably formed differently. Scientists believe that long ago, a large object the size of Mars collided with Earth. During that collision, a large piece broke off from the Earth and went into its orbit and became the moon. Scientists speculate that Earth's moon is formed in a similar way because they were found in basalt in the soil on the moon's surface. A rock called salt has been found. The basalt of the moon looks similar to the basalt found inside the Earth. There is still widespread debate over the question of why some planets have moons. Factors such as the size of the planet, the gravitational force, the Hill sphere radius, and how that planet's solar system formed can play a role.